Hi, so the title of this video is Life is Hell. So I'll give you a bit of context about where I'm coming from. So, you know, I think that the universe is governed by entropy and the second law of thermodynamics, and it breeds suffering as an extenuation of that. And also, there's the axiom of competition, where living organisms are forced to compete with each other for survival. Um, and I think, again, that's linked to suffering. And there's no real value in that suffering either. Like, I mean, people attribute it value to it, like, they say growth and blah blah blah, but I could easily conjecture alternate universe where you could have progress, growth, and the unraveling of time without entropy, competition, or any of these attendant issues. The only reason people say it has to be this way is because they are part of the universe and therefore governed by its laws, so they can't conceive of anything outside of that. Of course, because we're all part of the universe, right? But then the other objection could be that um, subjective value judgments about objective phenomena, it makes no sense, right? But I would say the subjective experience of reality is part of reality. Like, I mean, um, our experience of life is as important as the objective external reality we're faced with, and it's also part of reality, subjective experience, because it's in the universe, you know. So, I think in relation to suffering, like we basically like there's billions of chickens, for example, factory farm chickens that just live horrible, pointless lives, short, horrible lives, just to satisfy our palates. Like, can you tell me where the meaning in that is? Why do we do that? Because the universe is malevolent, essentially. It is governed by evil, and so these things manifest as an extenuation of those underlying principles of competition, suffering, and entropy. And also, to make it even more succinct, we have a billionaire class that live opulent lives at our expense, and we have to suffer in order to prop that up. So I'm going to get onto Doom Eternal, right? That's a video game. And heaven is called Urdak in this game. And heaven is supported and powered by the suffering of millions of tortured souls in hell. And it's a really good metaphor for the gradations of reality that we live in, whether it's the billionaire class in their bubble or the majority of people feasting on chicken carcasses or animals, whatnot, who were farmed simply to die, simply to be slaughtered for somebody's dinner. What a meaningless kind of life. What a meaningless death, right? It relates back to that kind of metaphor of one level harvesting the energy to prop itself up at the expense of a lower order, right? Because the universe is hierarchical as well. Um, and then also, I was thinking of a movie called Event Horizon where they go into a hell dimension and they recover videotapes of the hell dimension and they witness a depraved blood orgy. Well, you know, Mexican cartels take the skin off people's faces and amputate them, right? And you have concentration camps, you have the Holocaust, you have a whole history of human brutality. And I'm not even including brutality against animals, right? So the hell dimension in Event Horizon is nothing compared to this place we call Earth, where suffering far worse is occurring every day. Do you know what I mean? So what does that tell you about reality? What does it tell you? To me, it tells me it's hell, right? Now, a bit of context from where I'm coming from. Basically, I was stalked for 1 year by my ex-girlfriend, and I had to go to court, and I had to get a safety order. And then my current girlfriend dumped me a month later. They're both from Brazil, but I'm just saying things. We exist almost like to entertain a kind of reality that takes pleasure from our misery, you know. And I actually wanted to improve myself, and I did this for my girlfriend. I went to the UK to do teacher training, and I'm still doing that course, but I don't think I'm doing that well, and I think I'm going to fail probably. But I had dreams telling me that it was the right thing to do, that I wouldn't want for, material possessions, and that I would improve my life, but it was a trick. And I kind of knew it was a trick. I kind of know anything that happens in my life is a kind of setup for the punchline. So it's not a really a good joke if I can already tell the ending of it, is it? Right? And I suppose that's relating to the idea of archons, which I think they don't exist as far as I know, and the demiurge of God, which again doesn't exist as far as I know, but they're metaphors for the way life or reality kind of sets us up for suffering. And John McAfee made a good point that the negative things in life far outweigh the bad. And I also think that in relation to philosophies and religions, they're all just kind of copes or denialisms of the ultimate reality that faces us. So if you're talking about Schopenhauer, he says retreat to a world of books and solitude, or Nietzsche says become the master of yourself, become a Übermensch or Overmensch. And then like Buddhism would say like eschew materialism and just become Zen, right? But all of these are copes for the fact that like death and the futility of everything we try to do are the constants. You can withdraw from the world with your books, but you're still going to suffer because either the infirmities of age will get you or something will happen. Like the very fabric of reality is predisposed towards chaos and suffering. So no matter where you try to run to, you're not going to get away from it. It's like the the realm of the God Hand in Berserk. No matter where you go, you can't escape the demons, right? Well, it's the same with this, okay? And then trying to become like a superhuman, like Nietzsche would recommend. Oh, yeah, you're still gonna fall prey to age, to losing a struggle eventually, and that's it. Your strength is an illusion. It's all an illusion, And then I think that we are actually fictions as well. I don't think we're really here. We're more like stories, narratives that our brains tell to themselves. And when we're gone, it's like we never existed at all, just like a fictional character. When we die, we never were. And everything's going to die, so it never was. And in the heat death of the universe, all of this stuff that we see around us, all our experiences, and not just on this planet, but many others, it's like it will never have happened ever because it's all an accident. But I have to question the principles underscoring that accident, why those principles exist, because they are optimized for suffering. And this is why I think life is hell.